Hi everyone. Today we heard Father Hugh talk about how God has the whole world in his hands. So I've got a simple little activity for us today that reminds us about that. So this is what the booklet looks like, and you can see it's got a picture of the world on the front. But what it reminds us is that if God has the whole world in his hands, he's also got all the components of the world in his hands. And this booklet reminds us that the world is made up of continents and countries and states and cities and eventually our own houses. I think that's a really nice thing to remember, that God takes care of the big things as well as the little things. So this week's PDF has 4 pages. If you can't see it on our YouTube page, you can find it under the Children's Church tab on our website or on our Facebook page. The first sheet has the front cover, which is the picture of the world. So you need to cut this out and colour in the world using green and blue. And then you can see that the next 2 pages have all the different continents. So we need to cut out Australia because we're living in Australia. You can see that the next 2 pages have a shape for the continent and a shape for the country and a shape for the state. Now, because our country and our continent are the same, this is what I did to get those ones right. So I cut out the Australia and I stuck it down on one of the hexagons. And then I put this one on top and I just traced around the outside so that I've got 2 shapes that have Australia on. I also added in Tasmania because they left that off. So that gives you your first 3 shapes. And then if you look at this map of Australia, you can see that Victoria is down here. It's kind of like a sideways triangle. So I just drew that myself on the next one. You can see there it is, a little sideways triangle. And then the last page has the easiest ones, which are the city and the house. There they are here. And you can colour them in however you like. Once you've got them all coloured in and assembled and cut out, you need to stack them up in order from the smallest thing, which is the house, through to the biggest thing, which is the world. If you have a look at them, you'll see that they're actually different sizes. The house one being the smallest, going through to the biggest one at the top. So once you've got them all cut out and stacked up, what I did was I put a split pin into the corner. And the split pin is good because it means we can fan it out and see all of the things all at once. If you don't have a split pin, you could punch a hole in the corner and tie it with a piece of string. And if you don't have that, well, you could even just staple it and then you'll just be able to fold it down to see each of the different components of the world. So there you go. That's a pretty simple craft for this week, but I think it's a really good reminder that God is looking after the world and all of us and all of the things in the world. I hope you have a good week. Bye.